Why does talking about sex still feel like a crime? It's a whisper, a secret, a shadow that follows you. Even when everyone's talking about it, you know deep down that some parts of it are off limits, kept under wraps, like forbidden fruit just waiting to be tasted. Yet no one is supposed to touch it. You walk through the world with this weird mixture of curiosity and guilt. Sex, this thing that's natural, that every body is born with the ability to feel, becomes something you can't talk about freely. No, not in the circles you run in. Not in the world built for you by those who came before. And so, you carry it. It feels like a weight that doesn't belong to you, but you never learn how to put it down. It becomes a part of you, and it eats at you. The shame isn't yours, but you wear it like a badge. It's society's, it's your parents', it's their ideas, but somehow you feel it. In your chest, deep in your gut. Every time someone asks, "What's your story?" you can't help but feel a hesitation. A small, trembling breath that tells you, don't tell the truth. Don't be real. The world wants you to be perfect, pure. It wants you to be untouched by the complexities of your own body. But somewhere, deep inside, you know that your body is yours. Yet, here you are, growing up in a world that still tells you, wait until you're ready. It's not for you yet. And you, the kid who's curious, who's searching for themselves, can't help but wonder, what if I'm already ready? In those quiet moments when you're alone, your fingers hover over the keyboard, typing sex into the search bar, then deleting it quickly. Not because you don't want to know, but because you're scared. Scared of what people will think. Scared of what you will think of yourself. You've been told not to talk about it. Not to even look at it too closely. So you look at everything else, but when it comes to the one thing your body craves, there's silence. There's this cloud of guilt hanging over you, suffocating all the curiosity that's supposed to make you feel alive. You are told, you're not ready. But ready for what? For your body to betray you? For society to shame you again? That double life you live? The one where you show up in class, in front of your friends, pretending you're just like everyone else, but inside you're burning. You're falling apart with every glance, every swipe of your phone, every time you hear someone else talk about their experiences like it's normal. You know it's normal, but you're scared. You're scared of being labeled, scared of feeling like you're broken. So you wear the mask, the perfect mask, the one that tells everyone you're clean, you're whole, you've never felt a thing you shouldn't. But that mask is heavy, and you wonder, when will it break? You feel the tension in your chest, don't you? The tightness that you can't breathe through. And it's not just your heart. It's everything. It's the pressure to be pure, to be unmarked, unblemished, to fit into a world that's already defined you by rules that don't make sense. It's the fear of letting yourself experience pleasure. You're stuck in this paradox, aren't you? The world tells you to go out there, experience everything, be free, be yourself. But there's always that one thing you're not allowed to feel, not allowed to speak. The thing that's kept hidden in the dark corners of your mind. You don't talk about it. And then you do. But you still feel the shame. And it weighs you down, just a little more with every passing day. You feel it in your pulse, in your heartbeat, in the way your body reacts when someone touches you, when someone kisses you. You're not sure if it's right or wrong, but you feel it. And the shame feels like a sin. That guilt, that constant feeling of being watched, of being judged, it lingers. It's like a scar that never fully heals, even though no one else sees it. It's as if the world has drawn a line in the sand, and you're standing right at the edge, not sure if you're supposed to cross it or if stepping over means you're a bad person. You've been told that sex is a sacred act, something only for when you're ready. But what does ready even mean? When is that moment supposed to come? And who gets to decide? What if you never feel ready? What if this nagging feeling of being torn between your own desires and the expectations placed on you never goes away? It's this invisible battle that plays out every day, every second. A part of you wants to scream out that you deserve to explore your body, to understand what it means to feel pleasure without guilt. But then another part of you whispers that you're not supposed to. And that whisper grows louder, more powerful. You're not enough. You're too much. You're just wrong. And the more you try to suppress it, the more it builds. It's like trying to shove a beach ball under water. It just keeps popping back up, harder, stronger, forcing you to face the reality of your own conflicted mind. The guilt you carry isn't yours to bear, but you feel it so deeply, and it doesn't stop. Keeps gnawing at your sense of worth, tearing you down from the inside. You begin to question, is my worth tied to my purity? Is it all about staying untouched, untainted? And if so, then who am I if I've already crossed that line? Maybe you don't even know where the line is. Maybe you can't even find it because every time you think you've found a boundary, it shifts. It changes. It feels like one big game where the rules are constantly being rewritten, and you're never given a chance to catch up. You feel like you're playing someone else's game. A game you never agreed to, but still you keep playing because there's no other choice. There's nowhere else to go. But here's the thing that no one tells you. Your body isn't a crime. Your desire, your curiosity, your need to feel alive, to be human, that isn't a mistake. It isn't something you should apologize for. It isn't something to feel ashamed of. There's a part of you hidden beneath the shame, beneath the silence, that knows this. And it burns. It whispers to you in the quietest hours, in the space between thoughts, that you have the power to free yourself from this. That this cycle of guilt, of feeling like you're broken, isn't forever. Healing is possible, but it doesn't happen all at once. It's a journey, a slow, painful journey of peeling back layers, layer by layer, until you uncover the truth beneath the shame. It's about breaking free from the chains that hold you captive to the expectations of society, the church, the people around you who may not understand. And it's about looking at yourself with compassion, with empathy, as you would a friend who's struggling. Because in the end, sex isn't the thing that defines you. It's a part of you, yes, but it doesn't hold the key to your value. Your worth is not wrapped up in the moments you've shared or the moments you haven't. It's about how you see yourself. It's about how you love yourself. And that is the journey. Learning to love yourself not despite the things you've done, but because of them. Learning to shed the shame that's been stitched into you like a second skin. When you can finally accept yourself, truly, deeply accept yourself, you'll realize that there is no line. There's no right or wrong way to be. There's only the truth of who you are. And once you know that, everything else will follow. The shame will dissolve. The guilt will fade. And for the first time, you'll feel free. But let's be real for a second. This freedom doesn't come without struggle. No one ever tells you that healing is messy. That it's not this perfect, shiny process where you wake up one day and suddenly feel like you've won some battle. No. Healing feels like 1,000 tiny cuts. It's learning to trust yourself again, piece by fragile piece. It's confronting every single lie you've been told about who you should be, who you must be, in order to be acceptable. It's the realization that you've been living your life according to someone else's script, not your own. The hardest part? It's the moments when you look in the mirror and still see that person. The person filled with self-doubt, the person riddled with guilt, the person who was taught to feel dirty, to feel broken. But here's where it gets powerful. You can rewrite that story. Every single day. It's the quiet decisions you make in the smallest of moments. When you choose to look at yourself with compassion instead of judgment. When you let go of the guilt that's been holding you down for so long. And here's the thing, you won't be perfect at it. You'll fall back into old patterns. You'll feel the shame creeping in again, whispering in your ear, making you doubt yourself. But that doesn't mean you've failed. No, it just means you're still in the process. You're still healing. And that's okay. The truth is, self-love isn't a destination. It's a practice. It's not about waking up one day and saying, I love myself perfectly. Because let's be real, we all have those days where we look in the mirror and still feel like we're not enough. But here's the radical truth. You don't have to love yourself perfectly to deserve love. You deserve love because you exist. You deserve love because you're human. You deserve love, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've let shame take over your life. It's the act of showing up for yourself every single day, even on the days when it feels impossible, when you can't find the strength to face the world, when your past mistakes are all you can see, but you still show up. That's healing. That's the real journey. And as you begin to heal, you'll find something incredible happening. You'll start to understand that you are the one who gets to define your worth, your value. Not society, not anyone else, just you. And when you start to release that shame, release the toxic beliefs that have kept you small for so long, you will find a sense of freedom. Not because the world will suddenly stop judging you, but because you'll stop judging yourself. You'll stop listening to those voices that told you you were wrong. And you'll start listening to the only voice that truly matters, your own. Sex, self-love, pleasure. These are all part of a greater journey of self-acceptance. It's not about indulgence. It's about authenticity. It's about understanding that you are enough exactly as you are. Every part of you, the parts that are messy, the parts that are broken, the parts that have been hidden away out of shame. And you'll see, once you embrace this, that there is no shame in being yourself. There is no shame in finding pleasure in your own body. There is no shame in loving yourself fully, as you are. Because self-love isn't about perfection. It's about truth. And the truth is, you are worthy of love, of freedom, of joy, just as you are. So now let's flip the script. Let's ask ourselves this. If shame didn't exist, how would you love yourself differently? How would you see yourself without the weight of guilt? What would it feel like to truly be free from the shame that has kept you in chains for so long? And can you begin to give yourself that love, that freedom right now without waiting for anyone else to give it to you? Because here's the truth. It starts with you. It starts with the decision to stop listening to the lies, to stop giving power to the shame. And that, my friend, is the beginning of healing. It's the beginning of you taking back your life, your worth, and your love. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to remind you, if you felt even a spark of connection with what we've shared today, if something in your heart resonated, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and spread this message. Because this conversation, it matters. And the more we share it, the more others who are walking through the same storm can find their way to healing too. This isn't just about us. It's about all of us. Creating a community, a space where we can be real, raw, and whole. So, if you're here, I'm grateful for you. I'm with you on this journey. And remember, this is just the beginning. We've got a lot more to explore together. Next time, we're diving deep into addiction, heartbreak, and healing, a story you need to hear. Trust me, this is a story you don't want to miss. It's real. It's raw. It's everything we're all trying to understand about healing and moving forward. So until then, take care of yourself, love yourself fiercely, and know you're not alone in this. See you in the next one.